If you follow the BOOvie On Up TikTok and look through our most recent TikToks, or if you look at the whole thing, actually, there's a real trend. They start with a real sort of nuanced, edited video almost, and then a funny little sketch here and there. And we've now sort of evolved into a shitpost account.
Yeah.
Pioneered by Adam Shitpost Barlow himself.
The one today, I had the post-work Zoomies and I'd bought a Paddington Bear teddy, as you do. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a silly little voice. Uncle Pastuzo! Like that. But, yeah.
Yeah, yes. Adam Shitpost Barlow, yeah, as we said. And the one of the cat got me as well. The when you've got to spare 3 or 4 hours and the little AI cat just flies off on a broomstick.
Cat witch. Oh dear. What's your opinion on shitposting?
Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Do you like shitposting, Alfie?
When it's my little brother doing it on his TikTok, no, because there's like levels of shitpost. Like, know those ones where you've got like 2 balls and they're like different, like each one is assigned a different song, and then they have to race down the screen. I had one the other day and it was that Meow Meow song. And then the actual Billie Eilish version. And every time Billie Eilish was overtaking the meme song, I got a bit annoyed because I prefer the meow 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 meow.
Yeah. There's one of like Wonka songs as well, where it's like noodle noodle apple strew, and then it'll go off. So good. Stephen Fry, of course, one of the most prolific shitposters.
Yeah, as of like yesterday, when he posted just about 5 pixels on his Instagram with no caption.
To be fair, in a way, sketch comedy kind of is shitposting, really, isn't it?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Very true. Wow.
That's a new one to take. And you'll get a lot more of them in this podcast. Roll the titles, baby. Hello, and welcome to BOOvie On Up, episode 39, with your host,
the scariest number of all.
The scariest number, an odd number. Ooh. With your hosts, me, Adam Dumb Barlow.
And me, Fee Walker. And anyway, Adam, I think you mean BOOvie On Up.
Alfie, you know I do. BOOvie On Up.
BOOvie On Up is the reaction that we get to our episodes.
It is our Halloween special. We're recording this the day before Halloween because it would be too scary if we recorded it on actual Halloween day, I reckon.
It would, and Adam's got work all day, so...
yeah, so just on both fronts, it doesn't really work.
We are reviewing Adam is reviewing the scariest movie ever today.
Yeah.
Venom 3.
Venom, that's like a poison. Oh. Yeah. We're also going to be talking some other things that we've been watching. I won't spoil what, but I've seen one great film, one film I kind of couldn't have cared less about.
Oh, yeah. So the actual review is on Venom, the scariest movie of all time. But I think, or should I say the box office of that film's the scariest thing about it. Yeah. But I think we're going to talk about, just in general, what we've seen this week.
Absolutely. I like these little catch-ups. Firstly, though, how are you doing? Last week I was feeling grinchy. I've got a bit of a cold this week. I'm slightly deaf in one ear, and I've got a bit of a croaky voice, if you can't tell. But
it's really good for podcasting, that. Yeah, well done.
It's ideal, isn't it? How are you, though? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. We've got graduation on Monday. It's not long away, Adam. It's exciting.
Cool. It's another scary thing, isn't it?
Yeah, very scary. The scariness of adulthood.
Ooh. The unknown. Ooh.
Full-time employment. Income tax.
Mortgage and kids. Housework.
Trying to think of 7 dinners a week to cook.
Doing a stock pot roast on the Monday and making it last till Wednesday. Is that
I don't know what kind of country cottage core life you're going to be living by making a stock pot roast on a Monday.
Just put the meat and a few bits of veg in it. Let it stew overnight in boiling water. I don't know.
Make your whole house smell of beef all day. Lovely.
Get your spoons in that, kids. Deary me.
Tuck in.
Yum.
Yeah. I'm all right. Thanks, Adam.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Oh, right. I've been watching recently. Let's start with this one. Okay. So, first film I saw last week was called Between the Temples, right? It stars Jason Schwartzman, who is a comedian I do really enjoy. And it also stars Carol Kane, which is an actress I actually don't recognise. I don't think I've seen her in anything. But when I say her voice irritated me, I mean, it is grating. I don't know if she always speaks like this or if it's the character, but I'm sorry, Carol. It just didn't work for me. I found it very annoying. But the sort of basic premise of this film is Jason Schwartzman is called Ben, and he's a cantor, so he does the singing in a Jewish temple, right? And I think it's said in the film he loses his wife about a year prior to the film starting, and he's sort of sunk into this bit of a depression. He's not dating anyone, and he can't sing anymore. He's sort of lost that joy and that hope. But then his grade school music teacher, played by Carol Kane, comes into his life because she has, since the death of her husband, she's realised that she wants to pursue her Jewish heritage. And she does that by requesting a bat mitzvah, right? Which girls normally have at 13, I think. So I think this film, you'd get a lot more out of it if you were of the Jewish faith. But I found it to be, it's classed as a comedy, but I didn't really find it that funny, I'm afraid. And I think it does subvert your expectations by the end. I think it was nice. It wasn't by the numbers in any way, and it has fun with the premise, but frankly, it wasn't for me.
Thank you for listening to BOOvie On Up this week.
Imagine we review every film ever. We're like, frankly, it wasn't for me.
That's a new catchphrase. If we had merch, I'd have that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Frankly, it wasn't for me.
Movies, ? Frankly, they aren't for me.
I won't say it doesn't sound particularly engaging, or like you said, maybe if you were Jewish, you'd get a bit more out of it, or had a way to maybe relate to it. But yeah, by no means sounds like one to put on the watch list.
Yeah, it's got good reviews. I think it's done fairly well. Only a small release, but the most notable thing about it was I booked it knowing it was a silver screen event at Odeon, and I didn't really know what this was. I knew it was aimed at people over 60. But when I tell you, I walked into this screening, normally you have sort of 25 minutes, right? I walked in only 6 minutes after the start time, and the titles were up, right? I guess they don't play too many trailers in case the older people...
They piss themselves.
I don't know, yeah, maybe they don't make it to the end, but...
They're going to die during the showing.
No, we support all ages here on BOOvie On Up. But yeah, it was a really bizarre experience. And looking out, I was sort of 5th or 6th row back, and it was absolutely full, like properly full of old people. And I loved it. It was really wholesome. A couple of people walked out, not very fast, but they did walk out. And yeah, it was, I guess it just wasn't for them, but it was heartwarming. I
think they do get it at a big discount. I think there's a whole thing where they show up and they get like a coffee and a pastry, and the ticket to see the film every week. Like,
Yeah.
and they get it for cheap. So
I think you might be right there. I wasn't offered any coffee.
yeah. Also, why is that reserved for over 60s? I want to turn up to a film and have a coffee and a pastry and get a cheap ticket. Like,
Yeah. And I want everyone to be quiet and actually listen to the film. Is that too much to ask?
maybe going to silver screenings might be a good way if you're really like invested in a film and want no distractions. Going to one of them is a good way to do it.
Yeah. I tried to find one for Venom: The Last Dance, but there wasn't one, unfortunately.
No.
But it was nice. I was looking out across from my like 6th row back, and the film was really reflecting off of their silver hair, and it was like it sounds funny, but genuinely from the bottom of my heart, it was really sweet. I'm like, look at all these people that have led lives, and they're coming together in this one moment, and they're just
To watch this shit film about a Jewish singer.
I don't think the film's shit. I just
What did you rate it on Letterboxd?
I gave it 2.5 because I feel like that's just down the middle. I don't have much
5
to say
out of 10,
about it.
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch it again, but I would be. Yeah, I would understand if someone watched it and came back to me and said, "Actually, Adam, this film's great. It, uncovers a lot of things that, mainstream films aren't touching on." It's definitely one of the more unique and interesting films that I've seen this year, so I'll give it that. Alfie, have you seen anything this week?
So I've been watching this TV show, right? I must tell you how great it is, and I'm hoping you've watched it. Have you heard of the Great British Bake Off, Adam? Because that is all I've watched this week.
Is there a new series on?
There's a new season. Episode 6 aired last night. Excellent as always. Not much to say on it because everyone's fucking heard of the Great British Bake Off, but I will say I've been lacking with my cinema trips. The last film I saw was Transformers 1, which was a good 2 weeks ago. But as the next couple of films come out over the next couple of months, we've got Gladiator 2, we've got Craven, we've got a few others on there. Conclave I want to go see. I'll be getting back to the cinema. But yeah, I just say nothing's really tickled my fancy much over the past couple of weeks.
Fair enough. Is Great British Bake Off, is that your dream? Would you like to enter it, or are you happy just to watch?
I was thinking about it. I won't lie, I was thinking about it. I used to do a lot of baking, and I used to use it as a nice creative outlet. And basically, me and Jacob have started buying a house, and we're expecting to be in the house in January. So once we're in the house and we have a kitchen, I'm going to start baking again and enter the Great British Bake Off. I'm going to do it. You watch.
Mad. What's your favourite thing to bake?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't baked in a while, mate.
I've never baked.
Well, there was a guy on there a couple of years ago. Was it years ago? Yeah. And he had only been baking for 12 months, and he somehow had gotten on there. So
Really? Oh my goodness.
yeah.
My favourite thing to bake is a marble cake. It's very simple, frankly, but I think it looks more interesting than it is. But it's like, people are like, how on earth do you do that? Little do they know. Just stick a skewer in it, wiggle it around a bit.
Yeah. Little used toothpick in the top, swirly.
Just stick your fingers in it. Just scraping it. Chisel it into a block of marble.
Yeah. Get a drill and put it in the cake and press on. No, but Great British Bake Off is what I've been watching, which is not review worthy in my opinion, as much as I love it. And I'm trying to think what else I've been watching. Oh, I've been watching American Horror Story. This is all while I'm working, by the way. So that's how I seem to watch so many TV shows. But I watched all 5 Pirates of the Caribbean films over the past week.
Well done.
And I've watched seasons 1 through 4 of American Horror Story.
Crikey. The Pirates films, are they worth finishing? Because I've only seen the first 2 and I don't really remember the second one.
The third is my favourite. The third is my absolute favourite. 4 and 5, ditch them, never need to watch them. But 1 to 3, I think is like an excellent trilogy. I think it's so good. Then the final act in the third film is like genuinely probably on my top 10 cinema moments. I think it's astounding. So You gotta watch it, man. You gotta watch that third Pirates film.
It's also like, not only have I not seen the films, I have no clue. Like, I don't know where they go. I don't know the characters or what happens at all. So I would be going in completely blind. I've got no.
That's good.
No context.
I'd be jealous of that. Like that's cool because that third film I think is so good. And like I said, the final act, and you got some proper prestige actors in there as well. Like Bill Nye is Davy Jones, and Jeffrey Rush is one of my favorite actors. He's in there. You've got some real great actors in there, and it all looks so real. None of it looks like CGI, mate. It looks like real ships battling each other at sea, and it's so cool.
I'll have to give it a go. I remember Stellan Skarsgård in the second one. I do remember that.
Yeah, he is.
Just briefly, there are a couple other things I've seen. Sing Sing, a film I actually really, really loved. It got huge buzz when it first came out. I remember seeing the trailer probably 3 months ago, probably at the start of summer now, actually. And, you know, you'd think if they're playing the trailer in the cinema, they're going to do screenings of it. I never saw any screenings show up at my local Odeon, which was kind of a shame. But thankfully I managed to catch it because they played it as part of their Black History Month celebration. And yeah, it's a really great film. It's a true story, which I didn't know about. And Coleman Domingo stars. I think he's been nominated for an Oscar at least one time. And he plays a guy called Divine Joy Randolph. No, Divine G. Sorry. And who is an actual guy who was in prison and sort of fronted up this group of actors in prison, which I thought was so heartwarming. And I believe all the supporting cast are played by like genuine criminals and genuine people that are in prison in America, whether they're still in prison or I think they've been let out. I'm not too sure, but it was one of those films where you're loving it and it gets better and better as it goes along, and it's got sort of really good emotional beats. It's very funny, but it's also got a great bit of heart at the centre of it. And I think Coleman Domingo does a fantastic job in the role, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him get another nomination this year. I think it's a really, really strong film, and I'd like for it to be actually up there with the Best Picture nominees. I think it's a really solid piece of work, and I was definitely moved by the end of it, and it makes such a great case for prison reform and the power and the importance of art for everyone and as an outlet. It kind of does for acting what the Great British Bake Off does for baking, I would say.
It kind of does what Paul Hollywood does for the Great British Bake Off. Coleman Domingo does for prison reform. Like. Yeah,
absolutely.
Coleman Domingo is an excellent actor. I haven't seen him in much other than, I'm trying to think. I've seen him in like The Walking Dead, and I saw him in Rustin. I don't think I've seen him in much else, but I think he is great. Like what I've seen him in, I've seen him in something else, I can't remember, but yeah, I think he's an excellent actor, and this is one that I will check out, I think, because I like him so much, and like he's really great on social media as well, and he's obviously gay, isn't he? And he's always on the like the red carpets in cool suits and stuff, and just his whole presence and the work he does for everything. I think he's really like excellent, and needs a bit more recognition. But yeah, you're right. He got nominated for the he got nominated for Oscar last year, didn't he? Yeah. Okay. So he was nominated for Rustin, which I did. What did you catch Rustin, Adam?
No, I couldn't find it. I don't think. It was one of the few that I missed out on. Of the nominees. Was it good?
It's on I think it's on Netflix or Disney now, because that's how I watched it. So I definitely recommend that one. Go away and give that a watch. It's good.
Nice. Oh yeah, it says it's on Netflix. Amazing. Yeah, I'll have to go and check that out. It looks very intriguing. It's got Jeffrey Wright in as well. Yeah, I will add that to my watch list for sure.
But that watch list is very long.
Yeah, it never gets any shorter. But shall we get into our main review for this week? This is Venom 3.
As you can tell by Adam's cadence in that previous sentence there, he's clearly ecstatic to be reviewing Venom 3 for us today. Go on, Adam, take it away.
So, the fact that Venom has a trilogy for a start is...
With zero Spider-Man.
Yeah, just wild. But I will give these films one thing, and I should also preface, I've only seen the last two. So
I will give these two films one thing.
Yeah. Tom Hardy commits, right? He's very funny, and actually the emotional moments in this sort of final installment do kind of hit just about, thanks to Tom Hardy. If it was anyone else playing this role, I really don't think they'd work as well. But he's doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and he is great as Eddie Brock, and the dynamic that he shares with Venom, with that silly voice that he does, it makes me laugh. It does get me. But yeah, The Last Dance, it's an interesting film because it's actually interesting how uneventful it is in a weird way. So the broad strokes are, I don't remember, but at the end of the last film, this police officer played by UK legend, frankly, Mr. Stephen Graham, he apparently dies at the end of the last film, or is close to death. And at the start of this film, you find out that Eddie Brock and Venom have been blamed for this murder, which I guess they didn't do, but I actually can't remember who did kill him. I guess it was Carnage, but I don't know. So Stephen Graham is back in this film, and he has, I think, not against, nothing against Stephen Graham, but I think he has the worst material I think I've seen in a superhero film in the last probably 2 decades. It is a thankless role. All he has to do, because he gets bonded with a symbiote in the first sort of 20 minutes, he just has to sit in this sci-fi lab underneath Area 51 and sort of mope around looking grumpy and looking sad, and then every now and then have a fit because the symbiote's bonding with him. All he does is deliver a bit of exposition about the villain, which you already know as well. It's already, because the film opens with exposition about the villain. And then the first action scene that finally happens for this character is like in the last half hour. And spoilers, but Stephen Graham's character just dies straight away. So I'm like, there's absolutely zero reason for you to be in this film, Stephen Graham. Why did you... I guess he needed the money, but his character does nothing, literally nothing. It's wild.
Interesting. He's a bit of a... He's kind of... I'd probably say he's better than Danny Dyer, actually. But he's on that sort of same pegging where he's like a British sort of shit film, couple of good films on British TV. Like, yeah, he's on... Stephen Graham's on like Gogglebox now. Like, it's a bit odd.
Is he?
But he's... Yeah, he is.
Surely
I saw it the other day.
Surely
he's on Gogglebox with his family and 2 kids. With his
Really?
wife and 2 kids, yeah. But it's weird because he's quite... I'd say he's fairly well renowned because he's always quite good in the stuff he's in.
Yeah.
He's in Pirates of the Caribbean 4, actually, as well.
Ah.
Yeah, but one of the only good bits of that film, actually. He's a funny little character, but yeah, weird.
That's crazy. But yeah, he really does not a lot in this film, bless him. But the villain as well is the only person in this film that does less. It's voiced by Andy Serkis. You wouldn't really be able to tell, unfortunately. But it's a guy called Null who apparently in the comics creates the symbiotes, and that is the case in the film as well. But he's tied to a chair before even the Marvel credits have rolled up yet. He's just tied to a chair in this black void, a bit like that planet from Love and Thunder where everything's black and white and very muted. It feels like that kind of location. And for the whole film, he's just muttering to himself with his head down. You don't even see his face until the post-credit scene. And it's like kind of done as though it's a big reveal. I'm like, no, that's pretty much what I expected it to look like. Because you see his forehead and like the end of his nose. I'm like, what else is there to reveal? Not a lot. like just a really CGI'd face. So yeah, but the kind of overall plot is Eddie Brock trying to outrun the police and the feds and the people that are after him for killing, or quote unquote killing, Stephen Graham's character, even though you find out he isn't dead because the symbiote bonds with him, but that's by the by. But you've also got Null, who has been alerted to Venom's presence on Earth because there's a signal coming from within Venom whenever he's fully wrapped around Eddie Brock. So whenever he's in his full form, these monster aliens that also come from the same planet as Null and the symbiotes.
You're losing me. You're losing me.
Yep. They can then signal in on Venom, and then like they need that, and that's the only thing that can get him out of that chair that he's locked into. Right?
You've lost me. Yeah. I'm gone.
So that's it's just that I've sort of described that in a really vague way as well, but that the plot is very simple. It's literally just a road trip of them trying to get out of the desert in New Mexico, or Mexico, I think actually it's just Mexico, and trying to get to Las Vegas, where he inevitably loses all his money because Venom's like, oh look, it's noise and colours. So, and then he has to like beat up people just constantly throughout this film. It's a string of random events and random encounters with people. Like Rhys Ifans is in this as some hippie family dad, and they're like going to Area 51 just to take photos and just to like try and see aliens. I'm like, that is convenient. That is very, very convenient that you're here. And then you've also got Chiwetel Ejiofor, right, who is in the MCU, as is, oh no, sorry, Rhys Ifans is in the Amazing Spider-Man films,
so,
right?
yeah, I was about to say, is Rhys Ifans not Lizard in this then?
No. Both those actors are cast, and it's just confusing, really. I think if you're a casual fan going into this, you'd be like, when's he going to turn into the Lizard? But
yeah, because from what I'm aware, Venom is set in the same universe as the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
Yeah, I guess that's not true then. I don't know.
Yeah, because apparently there's now 2 Kurt Connors or whatever the fuck his name is, isn't it? Jesus.
It's kind of like there's not really much going on in the plot. It really is just a buddy cop road trip kind of set up. But the thing that bugs me most is the film starts out with them about to be captured, and then by the end, in the third act, they get captured anyway, and they don't make really any progress. They just delay things, and people die along the way, and they learn stuff about each other. But I guess you could reduce a lot of plots to being that. But it's like, there's really no character progression here. And the only way that Venom and Eddie can destroy this homing beacon is if one of them dies, right? The whole reason that this beacon exists is because Eddie dies in the first film, I think. Does he get stabbed at the ends? I think through the chest. They do like a sort
You're
of
asking the wrong person, mate.
they do a cutaway gag to it anyway. I think it's for the first film because I don't remember it the second.
Funny if it wasn't. Then it's just a new bit of lore. Yeah. Wouldn't shock me.
Remember this? No, you don't. But they do really flash it. So I mean, yeah, maybe it is just totally some extra deleted scene. But it's kind of a lot of waffle, really. That being said, did I occasionally laugh? Yes. Did I smile when Venom actually appears? Yeah. But I think fundamentally it's a film that doesn't really want to have fun. They're trying to reduce cost and not have Venom on screen too much. So they come up with this
baffling for a film called plot. Venom.
Yeah, exactly. I get this must be how people felt towards Joker Folie à Deux, where they're like, we want to see Venom. Oh, sorry, we want to see Joker. I kind of get it. Like, I get it now, but this especially, because Eddie Brock, like I was saying, Tom Hardy does commit, but bless him, much like Stephen Graham, all he has to do is sort of mope around looking miserable and looking bewildered all the time. Yeah. He's wearing like the same shorts and the same Hawaiian shirt that he was in
Since the first fucking film.
Yeah. And that was wild as well. It opens with them in the bar. Do you remember he was sat in the bar at the end in the No Way Home credits or something?
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that bar more than I've seen my family. Like, the amount of times we've had scenes shot in that crappy little bar. What? It's not funny. None of those bits have been funny. It wasn't funny in the MCU. It wasn't funny in this Sony-verse. It's just, well, like, who's asking for this? I don't need it to be. And then like one of the post-credit scenes is back in the bar, well, with the barman. I'm like, who?
That barman has shown up so much.
It's, the fact that barman has more screen time, or screen time full stop, more than Spider-Man in these films.
Yeah,
insane. Is it a bad film? This is what I was thinking to myself.
From the way you've just rambled on about it for 15 minutes, yeah.
It is. So. It's undeniably.
It sounds meandering. It sounds like it's got no purpose. It sounds like they wanted to do a film on a really small budget, but you can't achieve a film about Venom on a small budget. It just sounds like it doesn't need to exist. Like, this is the final, right? This is the last dance. Should be the big thing, right? If they were ever going to get a Spider-Man in this universe, it doesn't have to be Tom Holland. It could be a Miles Morales, or it could be one of the ones from Spider-Verse, so one of the really weird variants or something like that.
Yeah.
You pay Andrew Garfield, he'd come back. He would absolutely have come back for this. But to not have a Spider-Man in the final Venom film, and I mean to be a pretty half-assed film alone, seems like it's gone out on a bit of a whimper.
Yeah, it really does. But my final thing to note as well, and I messaged you about it, and the way I timed it was because I messaged you saying, or I messaged someone saying, what a weird film. And that was as soon as I could turn my phone on, right? So in the first bit of animated credits. And you've probably seen in the trailers that Venom is at one point a fish and he takes over a horse. And those bits are quite cool, but it's sort of like blink and you'll miss it. But when it happens, it is good. But they have some fun with it, with the art in the credits, with like Venom taking over a crocodile and an elephant and a lion and stuff like that. And that's interesting. But I think, do you know what I mean? When like the credits change from being stylized and interesting, and then they go into the regular credits. After that, they then proceed to just scroll slowly, as credits normally do, but in a really big font, it seemed like, incredibly slowly, and for ages, for 20 minutes, these credits go on for. It was either 20 or 15 minutes, but what's 5 minutes between friends? I couldn't believe it. I was actually bewildered, and I enjoyed the dumb fun of Venom 3, but the credits completely, it was like it pulled a rug out from under my feet. It completely ruined the vibe. I was like, right, well, now I hate this film. It was like, I actually kind of was like, yeah, shrug and sort of guiltily enjoy it, and then now I'm like, no Venom 3. The
problem is that you leave the cinema, don't you, on that final thought, and if you know there's two end credit scenes, you're going to stay for them, and then you get 20 minutes of
don't get me started on the end credits, mate. So there's two, as you say. First one, I'll just say, because it's meaningless, and I've just remembered a moment, like a sad emotional beat of the plot that I forgot to say, which is very funny. But the credits, first one is just Null lifting his head and saying some generic, like, I'll be back and I'm going to get Venom. Like that.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Yeah, literally. Oh, God, we're in the Null saga, are we? And then the last one, and this is after about 12 to 15 minutes of credits of just, like, they played a Post Malone song. They played, I think, another 2 songs and 2 tracks for the soundtrack of the score. And it was just, it really felt like when you hear a song start and then end, and then another one start and then end, you're like, God, the time's going slow. But the last one is the barman breaking out of Area 55, which is like underneath Area 51, and him just being like, oh, where is everyone? Where is everyone? You all left without me.
And that's it.
Yep. And then I think it zooms in on a vial where one of the symbiotes is being held in, and it's like, oh, look, it moved. Oh, just punch me in the face. I mean, and there was actually, it was only like the proper geeks that were there, you know, that had sat through these copious amount of credits. And there was a real mutual sense as we all then got up from our seats. Like I could hear an audible sigh, and then the poor young girl that was waiting to just clean the screening room, she was there on her phone, like checked it multiple times, being like, "Is time still flowing?" And then just all of us getting up and kind of looking at each other like we were guilty dogs that have just pissed on the carpet. We were like, "Why did we wait for this? Why did we wait? Let's just go and hug someone we love and feel something." Like, we were just all so embarrassed that we'd made this poor cinema employee wait for us, and like she was watching it. I can only imagine. Sorry, you got me going. If you showed someone this random post-credit scene and be like, "Look, this is what superhero films are. This is what people go mad for," and you're like, you just look at them like they were insane. It's actually almost insulting to me that they're like, "Yeah, this is a superhero film. People will enjoy this. Let's put some more symbiotes in, make them different colours." No, give us a story, please. There's no plot. There's nothing.
And for that reason, I've given Venom 3 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah. God. But the bit I reminded myself of is at the end of the film, and there's some reviews on Letterboxd that talk about it as well. They do a sort of supercut of their best moments together, and it's to the sound. It's soundtracked by Maroon 5's "Memories," and oh my god, mate, it's like a gay rom-com, and I loved it. It's brilliant. Eddie Brock and Venom just like hitting each other and making cocktails together and fighting other aliens. So wholesome, so cute, so demure.
It's what you expected from Queer.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. God, what a film. Frankly, it wasn't for me.
Welcome back to BOOvie On Up. And now we're talking about Halloween.
We're going to be talking about some of our favourite horror films / family spooky films.
Yes, indeed. As I'm sure everyone's aware by now, Adam is not the biggest fan of a horror. But we're going to be talking about some of our spooky films that we like, some of our favourites, and then we're going to do a little quiz. Is that right?
Absolutely. The Halloween vibes are off the scale.
The Halloween vibes are immaculate.
The October crunchy, crispy leaves are crunching.
Good. Thanks for that.
Yeah, nice. I would just like to say though, I'd just like to defend myself against this slander. I'm in good company with not liking horror films. Hugh Grant said in an interview that he's very scared. He's very scared all the time, and he could only stomach Heretic because he's in it. So
interesting.
You know, I am Hugh Grant,
just like Hugh Grant.
Yeah. Listen to the rain
on the roof, go feet fitty fat, plonka blink.
We won't get home for hours.
What an excellent bit of film. It's criminal that that's just in the credits of that film.
Yeah.
That should have been a main thing.
They learnt their lesson with Wonka. They're like, let's just do a whole musical. Yeah, good. Correct.
Correct. Good choice. Right, go on. Tell us some horror films, family-friendly, spooky films that you don't mind, Adam Barlow.
So, some horror films that jump to mind that I've seen recently. I really liked Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. I think the final act is divisive amongst people who have seen it, but I think, particularly if you're of Gen Z or young at heart, I think it's very fun. It's very meta and it's goofy. It's goofy, but also has a tense, gripping vibe. I would also say that the film I saw recently again, James McAvoy's turn in Speak No Evil. I thought that was a very good. It's not a slasher really, but again, just a tense thriller. I do really enjoy thrillers actually. Something that keeps you on edge. A film I mentioned a couple of weeks ago in the Sound Game. I love Zodiac.
The Lego Ninjago movie.
Yeah. Lego Batman movie, 2017. No, Zodiac's a great film. Kind of, if you're into that true crime story, true crime drama, if you listen to podcasts like that, then you'll get a lot out of Zodiac, I think. Haunted Mansion I saw last summer. It's a little bit goofy. It's not the best film, but I did enjoy it. Obviously, there's the older version as well with is it Eddie Murphy? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I liked Goosebumps with Jack Black. I'm just looking at some family horror films
I was going to say,
now.
one that you have seen recently, you saw A Quiet Place Day One. That's a horror for sure.
Yes, yeah, and Alien Romulus.
Saw Alien Romulus. I'd say that's absolutely a horror. And then you also watched the first Alien, which is totally a horror. I'd say those are some films that you've seen in the cinema recently, which I think is pretty good, bearing in mind that you're not a huge horror guy. Like, seeing those in a cinema.
Yeah, Alien was great. I might rewatch Alien actually, if I get a chance over the weekend.
It's on Disney Plus now, I think. Yeah.
Beetlejuice as well.
Yeah, true.
Very good film.
A film that I saw recently, horror, which I would definitely recommend, and I think it did get a bit overhyped. So I do think it's let some people down slightly, but Longlegs, Nicolas Cage, I do think was excellent. And I was like on the edge of my seat, scared and tense watching it. That is one that I've seen in the cinema recently that I do think is spot on and should be watched. I did really like Longlegs. When we're talking about like classic horror though, obviously you are missing a few there, but there's some that I think you could watch and you'd like. The Shining, I think you could hack that. With the ones you've seen, I think you could hack The Shining. Silence of the Lambs, once again, it's more of a thriller, so I think you could totally manage that. Those are like two classics that are two of my favourites. My favourite horror film is the Saw franchise. They are my favourites. And they are incredibly gratuitous and over the top and disgusting, but I do love them and I think they're good. And Saw 11 is out next year. It's been delayed a whole year. It was meant to be out this year, but no, it's out next year now, but I'm looking forward to that. With regards to a family friendly one, have you seen The Nightmare Before Christmas, Adam?
Yes, I know you're a big fan of it. I've never loved it, if I'm honest. But I really do enjoy the character of Jack Skellington. I think the way he looks, the way he talks, the way he moves is great. I really enjoy watching him. And I like what's the name of the sack monster that's full of insects?
Oogie
Boogie. Yeah. Oh, he's great. He's good fun.
Tim Burton does some great Halloween and horror stuff. Corpse Bride is totally good with our boy Richard E. Grant. He's in that film as the villain.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that until literally the other day. I didn't even click that he was in that, but he plays the villain. And yeah, Corpse Bride I think is excellent. It's pretty short. I think it's pretty sweet and short and sweet, but I do really like that one. But the good thing about Nightmare Before Christmas is that you're able to watch it both at Halloween and at Christmas. It's one of those just generic winter films because of the theming. So yeah.
One franchise I do want to get onto, I think I'm kind of saving it because I think I'm going to really enjoy it, is the Scream films. I know, is there about 6 or 7 of them now?
Yeah, I think there's 7, and I think we've got an 8th one coming out next year.
Yeah, I've heard that they have a lot of fun, almost spoofing the genre, but also being good horror films in their own right. So
yeah, it's spot on there. That's exactly what they do. Like they were written as basically sort of like a satire on the slashers. But they are still in their own right a bit scary and a bit. I mean, not scary because they're way more thrillery, but yeah, and like they're tense and they keep you on the edge and they do all the twists and turns of the plot. Yeah, I think you'd like them. They're not too. They're like a fun environment. They're set in high schools and they've got some actors that pop up and you'll be like, oh my god, it's him. Oh my god, it's him. All the way through, like the first sort of 4 or 5, that's class. I would say as well, Jaws. I mean, you haven't seen Jaws still, right?
No, yeah, still haven't seen Jaws.
People class it as a horror, my man. Like people do class it as a horror. I wouldn't. I get why, but I can't believe you haven't seen that still. Known me 3 years and you still haven't watched Jaws.
I'm sorry, I'm letting the team down. I just come into my mind actually is the Batman. Technically a Halloween film. Technically. It's October 31st.
What, the Robert Pattinson one? Yeah, I guess so.
Streets are packed for the holidays. Yeah, because the opening thing is he's going around and it's Halloween.
And you've got when the Riddler hits the man over the head with the hammer in the shadows. I remember jumping at that when we were in the cinema watching. Yeah. I remember a lot of people going like, ooh.
The TV's like glistening on his glasses and you don't even notice him. It's literally just his eyes. And like it actually takes you a moment to realise he's there. It's really great. Such a good film. I've seen it a couple of times now. Really, really nice.
I'm really wanting to rewatch it if I'm honest. I haven't seen it. I really want to watch obviously the new Penguin show. But I just haven't got round to it. And I really want to rewatch it. I think, I've only seen it the once. But it's one I want to rewatch. I think I'd love it.
Yeah. I will say with the Batman, I think the pacing it's a little bit of an undertaking to get through, I would say. 3 hours, it is a long film. And it kind of does a good job in the first half of keeping you engaged. I think especially up until the car chase. Car chase is excellent, so good. And then it has some comedy bits with the Penguin, and that's all very good. But I think by the time you get to the flooding, I do feel a bit tired when I rewatch it.
I do think that overall the only things I remember from the film are Paul Dano as the Riddler and being super wacky, Colin Farrell's Penguin being funny as fuck, and I remember the opening scene where he's like stalking the tube, like the metro. I remember that really well. And then I just remember there being a bit in the middle where it really slows down for like 20 minutes. And I remember really being like, oh my God, this is dragging. But I remember liking it. And like I said, I really want to go back and watch it. Jeffrey Wright as well is... Yeah. I was going to say as Gary Oldman. No.
Yeah.
As Gordon. Jesus.
Jeffrey Wright as Winston Churchill in Darkest Hour.
In Darkest Hour as Sirius Black. Just a couple more off the top of my head. Excellent horror films that I love. Have you seen The Fly, Adam, with Jeff Goldblum?
No, I haven't. I'm too scared. It looks scabby.
Yeah, it's body horror to the fullest extreme. Hellraiser is one of my favourites as well. That was on my top 4 on Letterboxd for a while. I really love that film. You've got the Evil Dead films. I think you'd love them, man. They're Sam Raimi. They're goofy. They're kooky. They're scary.
I saw your brother review. I think the second one was it?
Yeah. Because he asked me, like, is it scary? And I said no. And then he messaged me being like, no, that was scary.
You liar.
Yeah, literally. 28 Days Later, excellent. We've got the 28 Years Later coming next year, I think. Man, I love horror films. Have you seen The Lighthouse by Robert Eggers with Willem Dafoe and... what's his name?
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. I haven't. I know the sort of broad strokes of the story and some of the scenes, and it sounds crazy.
Yeah, just weird as fuck.
Yeah. I'm excited though. I do want to try and give Nosferatu a go.
Yeah, I think it looks awesome. I cannot wait to go see that.
Yeah, but
I think it's January.
I think it's around Christmas. I think it's a little bit earlier. I think it is December.
Nice. That would be great.
It might be like a Christmas Day. Is it Christmas Day release? Let me check that. I think it is a very festive period that it comes out. Hang on, let me check.
I really want to go see that with my mum, because my mum's quite a horror fan, and not many people around me are. So I'd love to go see that with my mum, mainly because I'm too scared to go see it myself. But
fair enough. The 3rd of January.
3rd of January. Yeah, okay. That's all right though. That's like a New Year's, like after New Year's, like limbo period and stuff. That would be great.
You know what you could double bill that with? We Live in Time. I mean, that would be.
That is two polar opposite ends of the scale.
Yeah, I don't know how you could get any further away. Crazy. Man, that film looks very, very good though. Very interesting.
It does look excellent. Another one that I'm a huge fan of, as a last thing here, is American Werewolf in London. I think that's whose mate you did Baby Driver in the Cornetto trilogy.
Edgar Wright.
Yeah, Edgar Wright. I think it's one of his favourite films. I saw his Letterboxd thing the other day, and American Werewolf in London is one of his top films. The practical effects in that film, it's such a dark comedy. Like, it is funny it's really funny film. Yeah, another one. I love horror films, man. I'm going to send you a list of some horror films that I think you would be able to manage. And you got to watch it, man. There's some great films. You're missing a real little chunk of your film history there.
I know. Please do send over a list, because I really enjoyed Alien. Like, that sort of is a good sort of week of my life that I blocked out to watch those films, and Terminator at a similar time as well. So yeah, it was a really cool month. Was it September I did that sort of stuff? Yeah, I think so. A nice little filmic chunk. Shall we test our horror movie knowledge with a BuzzFeed quiz?
Yeah, we love a BuzzFeed quiz. We haven't done one before on air, and I'm shocked it took us 40 something episodes to get to the point where we do a BuzzFeed quiz.
Yeah, I think that's we can pat ourselves on the back for that.
Yeah.
This was posted 8 days ago, and it's only 7 questions, but we've been recording for a while, so we'll give this a go. Oh wait, okay, well no, hang on, the SEO is wrong, BuzzFeed, because it actually says only true horror fans will be able to score 7 out of 10 on this movie description challenge. So it's a 10 question quiz. Okay.
Good.
Well, which is it? Honestly. Right, let's give this a go.
Is it 7 or is it 10?
God knows. 7 though. A spooky number, I'd say.
Yeah. Almost as spooky as... What's the devil number? I can't remember. That was going to be a
Don't
fun
say
bit,
it.
But...
Don't say it. 666. I've just said it.
Don't say it. I am Tom Mulvalo Riddle, or whatever that is.
Voldemort.
He who should not be named.
That's scary. Harry Potter. The Harry Potter films, they're a good horror film.
Yeah, kind of true. Number 3, spooky. Prisoner of Azkaban is a spooky film.
Yeah. And number 6, I'd say. Half-Blood Prince. It's just green and grey and it looks awful. That is spooky.
It's like England.
Yeah. Scotland is scary. Right. This is the BuzzFeed quiz for Halloween. Question 1. It's just a quote. I think you've got to say which film it's from. A year after the murder of her mother, a teenage girl... Oh, no, sorry. It must be a... It's in... Again, BuzzFeed, it's in quotations. You'd think it's a quote. It's not. It's just in quotations for fun, I guess. This is a description of the film, I think. Okay. A year after the murder of her mother, a teenage girl is terrorized by a masked killer who targets her and her friends by using scary movies as part of a deadly game. Oh, I know this one.
Go on.
The options, though, are Scream, which of course it is, Halloween, Child's Play, and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
The options are Scream, Scream 2, Scream 3. Yeah, you're spot on there, Adam. It is indeed Scream.
There we go. We've got it right. The next one. A group of 5 young friends face a nightmare of torment at the hands of a depraved clan. The options are Leatherface, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween Ends, or Halloween Kills.
I'm pretty sure that one's Texas Chainsaw?
Let's try it. Yep, correct. Nice. 2 out of 7 or 10.
Spooky.
Ooh. Unsure about the number of questions in a quiz. Question 3. After an accident on a winding road, 4 teens make the fatal mistake of dumping their victim's body into the sea. Exactly 1 year later, the deadly secret resurfaces as they're stalked by a hook-handed figure. What? The options are...
Peter Pan.
The options are The Final Girls, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Summer of 84, or Happy Death Day. I've got no clue.
It's I Know What You Did Last Summer, because that is the thing that the person knows what they did last summer.
That makes sense. I guess that's what they did last summer.
Yeah, they threw a body off a cliff.
Well, now I know what they did last summer. Question 4. A wealthy New York investment banking executive hides his alternate psychopathic ego from his co-workers and friends as he escalates deeper into his illogical, gratuitous fantasies. This is the film I need to see. American Psycho. I'm not even going to read the other
American
ones.
Psycho. Do you see they're remaking it?
With Luca Guadagnino, yes.
Yeah, with our boy Luca G.
LG. The
People are
TV
saying
company.
it'll be Jacob Elordi because he had dinner with him like 6 months ago, and there was paparazzi. Saying,
That would work. I
right.
could see that. Question 5, I think. All unemployed, a family takes a peculiar interest in a wealthy and glamorous family for their livelihood until they get entangled in an unexpected incident.
Unemployment, the scariest thing of all.
I should know. That's a very vague... I mean, they're all vague descriptions, but is that... The options are Inhabited, Parasite, Monster House, and The Quiet Place. I think that's Parasite, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I've only seen it the once. I can't really remember.
I wouldn't have classed it as a horror film. I've not seen it, but thought it was more of a drama thriller. Question 6. Trapped on her family's isolated farm, a woman must tend to her ailing father under the bitter and overbearing watch of her devout mother. Lusting for a glamorous life she's seen in the movies, the daughter's ambitions, temptations, and repressions collide. And the options are Maxine, Carrie, Pearl, or Megan. It's not Megan.
I won't lie. I actually don't know. It's not Megan. You're right.
It's not Carrie. I think
It's not Carrie. Yeah, I don't know.
For some reason, I'm thinking Pearl. I think, is Maxine the one that came out recently?
Yes. Yeah.
Maxine, she's a Hollywood actress, so I think Pearl might be... That sounds like a girl who might live on a farm. Yes, yeah, we're right. Good.
This is good powers of deduction there, Adam Barlow.
Question 6, I think. A gorgeous, seductive cheerleader takes evil to a whole new level after she's possessed by a sinister demon. Now it's up to her best friend to stop her reign of terror before it's too late. The options are The Craft, Do Revenge, Jennifer's Body, or Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
I don't know, Clay, mate. That one sounds shit as well, I won't lie.
I don't know. I know Jennifer's Body has a possession in it. Let's go with that. It's not Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Yes. Oh my god. Bro, we might be great at this. Question 7, possibly. 2 men wake up to find themselves shackled in a grimy, abandoned bathroom. That's this podcast.
That's me and Adam on a Saturday night out.
As they struggle to comprehend their predicament, they discover a disturbing tape left behind by a sadistic mastermind with a chilling voice and cryptic instructions. The mastermind informs them that they must partake in a gruesome game in order to secure their freedom.
Well, my favourite.
Terrifier. No. Saw.
So, when they did the Saw films, right? So, in the first 8, obviously you have Jigsaw with the scary voice and the "you want to play a game," and then all of a sudden for the 9th one where they have Chris Rock, they decided to change that and then change the voice of the villain, and instead of being super spooky, it goes, "Hello there, detective." And it sounds like Kermit.
That That's ridiculous. Why?
Yeah, it's so weird. Just randomly, it's just all of a sudden it's like, "Hi there, detective. I know what you did.
Hi there. Do you want to die? Ask me. Do you want
You
to
want to play a game?"
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? Man, what's on the other side?
Why are there so many songs about rainbows?
Surely Muppets Most Wanted. That could be a horror film, maybe. Identity theft and all that.
Very spooky, yes.
I think, two more. Husband and wife take their kids to their beach house, expecting to unplug and unwind with friends. But as night descends, their serenity turns to tension and chaos when some shocked visitors arrive uninvited. Is that Smile, Ma, Old, or Us?
It's not Ma.
It's not Smile, it's not Old.
So it must be...
Is it Us?
Us. Yes, because they're duplicates, aren't they? Have you seen that one? They're like clones or something. Yeah.
We got it right. I haven't seen that, but...
I
should watch Get Out. That'd be another one. I should watch.
Yeah, Get Out's good.
Okay, final one, I think. A brilliant toy company roboticist uses artificial intelligence to develop a lifelike doll programmed to emotionally bond with their newly orphaned niece, and then it goes on. But that's Megan.
That is Megan.
Come on. 10 out of 10. It says
10.
You scored better than 100% of all other quiz takers.
So we're the first people to get this every question right.
Oh my god. Are we the best ever? And then it's got a gif of the Scream guy just wiping his knife. And it says, "You're a horror movie aficionado."
Oh, thanks, BuzzFeed.
Thank you, mate. Thanks, BuzzFeed. Solid.
If you want to see some more of Adam's shitposting, please make sure you follow us on TikTok and Instagram. On both of those platforms, it's at BOOvie On Up.
Yes, and you can also email in. Our email is moveingup at... No, it's hello@moveingup.com.
Yay.
You switched it. I always do the socials.
Yeah, totally.
But hey, you know what? You know what? That was scary. That was spooky, and it was on brand.
There's no business like show business, Adam, and that's so proof of that.
So true. So true.
I don't know what relevance that has to it at all. I just thought about show business in my head.
Hey, mate, that just goes to show when life gives you lemons, mate, just roll over and take it.
When you start saying random shit, that's Alzheimer's. And maybe that is the spookiest thing of all.
Maybe the Halloween we made along the way is the Halloween.
Our other friends. Goodness. Thank you for listening to our absolute rambles this week. Only one film to review there, but we did a little bit of fun along the way, I'd say. What are we reviewing next, Adam? I'm trying to think. Is it Gladiator yet? Is that here yet?
Not yet.
Oh,
that's
the one film I'm fucking waiting to go see at the cinema.
Sorry, mate. You're in the dark the next 2 or 3 weeks. Next week, there's actually 3 or 4 films that I've got my eye on this weekend. I'm going to at least try and see a couple of them. But Heretic comes out. Probably will give that one a miss if I'm honest. But I want to see what people think of it. That's with Hugh Grant. Trailers look quite good actually. So I am definitely intrigued. You've got the Superman documentary. Telling the real story of Christopher Reeve, which I think is quite interesting. You've also got Juror Number 2, presumably the last film from Clint Eastwood, with Nicholas Hoult in it, I think. You've got Anora. Anora is a film, I'm definitely going to catch that. This is a film that I think won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival, so I'm definitely going to check that out and definitely get a review next week. Touch wood.
I was going to say, is Paddington Peru, but that's the following week.
Paddington is next week.
The following week is Paddington Peru, and then followed by Gladiator 2, and then also Wicked, right? Is that on the same day as Gladiator?
It might. I think that's the week after. I could be wrong. But it's definitely around the same time.
We've got some good films coming up. That's what we're trying to say here, guys.
Absolutely. All the more reason to email in and message us on our socials and share the podcast with your friends and family. But thank you very much for listening.
Thank you for tuning into our spooky episode. And if I don't see you through the window,
we'll see you through the week.
We said it wrong again.